Next, we have the President's Goaltender Award.
2026 President's Goaltender Award. This season's recipient led their team to a first-place finish in the Avalon East Senior Hockey League while winning 10 of 12 games. They had a mere goal against average of 2.1 and save percentage of .918. The President's Goaltender Award goes to Matt
Jenkins of the Blues. As we heard, he won 10 of his 12 starts, an amazing 2.1 goals against average. Just spectacular, .918 save percentage. And we appreciate the guys turning to the camera. Good awareness down there.
Can I stay there? Yes?
You can get back there.
Yeah, I'll get back. I'll go to the other side.
So another award to be given out. This is the Albert Pee Wee Crane Memorial Award to the Rookie of the Year.
I would like to call upon Jack Casey of the Avalon East Coast League to present the 2026 Albert Pee Wee Crane Memorial Award. This season, Provincial Rookie of the Year had Presso inaugural season in the Avalon East Senior Hockey League. He finished the season second on their team in scoring, accumulating an amazing 32 points in just 20 games as a defenseman. The Albert Pee Wee Crane Memorial Award goes to St. John's Caps, Evan White of the Roof Tank, St. John's Caps. Accepting General Manager.
This is the Rookie of the Year, Evan White. He played with the Roof Tech St. John's Caps. In the 20-game season, Evan put together 32 points in his first season in Newfoundland senior hockey. One more to go. The T.A. Gus Soper Memorial Award goes to the player with the most points. The MVP for senior hockey. Also led Avalon League in points.
I would like to call upon Eric Gale of Hockey NL to present the 2026 T.A. Gus Soper Memorial Award. This year's winner led the Avalon East Senior Hockey League in scoring with 17 goals and 26 assists for 43 points, and led his team to a first place finish. The Gus Soper Memorial Award for the MVP goes to your Nathan Florida Blues, Chris Hodge.
Chris Hodge wins the T.A. Gus Soper Memorial Award, the MVP. Presented by Gary Gale. Always a fun part of the opening game of the Herder when they hand out all the hardware. Dominated by the Avalon East League this year. We'll get a ceremonial opening face-off.
To do the ceremonial puck drop for this year's 87th Herder Memorial Championship Final Series. There is the assistant coach of the Blues for the past 3 years. He grew up playing his barter hockey right here at CBS. Derek played in the Canadian Hockey League's Halifax Mooseheads and the Gatineau Olympics in 2000 to 2024, winning the QMJ HL's President Cup Championship and playing in the Memorial Cup. Derek also won 3 Herder Championships, 2006, 2009, and 2010 as a player, and was part of the coaching staff of our very own 2018-2019 CDR Renegades. First and only St. John's Junior Hockey League Championship. We are proud to have our very own homegrown hockey legend here tonight to participate in his historic event. Everyone make some noise for our very own Baker Flooring Blues, Mr. Eric Kent.
Kyle Thibault and Michael Hines with the ceremonial opening face-off, which brings me to the point. You see Michael Hines taking that. He's an assistant captain with the Red Wings. Their captain, Steven Sims, not dressed for tonight's game.
I would now like to introduce Ms. Amy Slade to sing our national anthem.
Time now for the national anthem, and then we'll get underway with Game 1 of the 2026 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series. All right, the preliminaries are done. We are set to get underway. Game number 1. Red Wings in their white and red jerseys or uniforms. The CBS Baker Flooring Blues in the blue with the white and red trim. Starting goaltenders for the Red Wings, Keith Kincaid, the ex-NHLer, 169 games in the NHL under his belt. He'll get the start for the Red Wings. And for the Baker Flooring Blues, of course, it's Matt Jenkins, who we just saw picked up the President's Award as top goaltender in Newfoundland Senior Hockey League this year, or Newfoundland Senior Hockey. I won't say in the league. There's 2 different leagues. Slight delays. We get the red carpet rolled up and removed. But yeah, a big loss for the Red Wings. Steven Sims, who played sparingly in the finals against the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts in the Central West League, not dressed for this game this evening. All right, we've got the carpet rolled up, taken out. Langdon against Thibault to start things off. Lindstrom down the ice. Don't think that was touched. You're saying yes, it was, so no icing. Puck goes down in the corner to our right. Right out in front, and coming away with it is Peyton Hoyt. Hoyt, very impressive player. One of the imports for the Red Wings out of New Brunswick. Langdon gets it to center and shoots it in. Hines with a shot. That one off the heel of a stick wide and ricochets all the way out to center. Dumped in. Kincaid plays it to the boards. Hines off the glass. Comes to the near boards. Now it's Michael Hines. Tried to get it over to Brandon. Brought in, and Brandon Hines just couldn't keep that left foot from going over the blue line, offside, and now we get a little bit of a tussle down in the corner. Officials get in there. And if I can paraphrase Lloyd Bridges from the movie Airplane, I picked the wrong week to come down with a head cold and a sore throat. And we will suffer through it. Been shotgunning Fisherman's Friends all day, so there's no way I'm missing this. They're going to bring face-off outside, of course, because it was offside. Valentin Clairaut won the face-off for the Red Wings. Another import player. Technically from France. He's from Saint-Pierre-Miquelon. Playing with the Red Wings this year. Get it over the other side. Robinson moves it up ahead, and that's broken up by Nixon. Hines follows up on it, dumps it in. In front of the goal, Goss. Nolan Goss, he gets a hit from Hines, gets it to the boards. Red Wings throwing the weight around early. There's a chance for Hines. He doesn't miss too often. It may have gone off the stick of the defenseman. We expect to see the speed of the Blues against the physicality of the Red Wings. Not to oversimplify it, but I think that's what we're in for. That's stolen. That's center. Anderson brings it in. Anderson in the left side for the Red Wings. Tried to pass it out in front. Fanned on it. Comes back to the point. Coffey throws it behind the goal. Waiting for it back there is Thomas. Can't get a stick on it. Back at the point. Gillard. Stephen Gillard back behind the goal. Hopped over the stick of Thomas. Comes right in front of the goal, and Jenkins will cover it. We'll get another whistle. 2:21 gone here in the opening period. Bit of a feeling out process right now. These teams, of course, did not play each other during the regular season. The two leagues do not interlock. Face-off goes through the boards. Canes tried to play it back to the point. That was intercepted, brought out. Smith sits right on the blue line. Just brought in. And that'll be offside against the Baker Flooring Blues. Langdon gets waved out. Hoyt will come in to take it. Against Hodge. Puck goes into the Red Wings' end. Up along the boards. Still kept in the Red Wings' end. Now Langdon has it. Langdon with a chance to move it out. He'll instead drop it back to McKay. Up the middle, off the stick of Langdon. That's dumped in. Comes back to McKay. Through the middle, good outlet pass. Hoyt with a good wrist shot over the top of the net. Langdon's got it in the corner. Langdon back at the point. McKay out there with Robinson. McKay with a shot off a skate. Goes wide, comes to the near boards. Ryan couldn't get it out. Drover. His pass intercepted. Hodgin looking for it. It's played over to McKay. McKay is hit. Turned it over. Robinson off the glass and out. Nick Lindstrom. McKay pushed to the boards by Nixon. They still hold it there right down below us. And finally the referee says enough of that. Blows the whistle. Fairly quiet start to this game one. Just the one shot on goal, that by the Red Wings. Claro won the faceoff, back into his own end. Back to get it is Robinson. Lucas Robinson off the boards. Michael Hines got a stick on that, so Jenkins comes out to play it. It's stopped, thrown right in front by Brandon Hines. Then cleared. Here's Lindstrom. Lindstrom. Backhand stopped by the Red Wings goaltender Kincaid. Kennedy with a long shot. Kincaid will scoop that up. Nice to see Lindstrom still got that epic mustache going out there. When he played with the Cataracts a few years ago and I was doing play-by-play for the Cats, I said, don't ever shave it. Just makes it so easy for me to know who you are when you got that mustache. It's easy to spot. I think it's gotten a little bigger over the years. Hines, to Hines. Brandon to Michael. Michael in over the blue line. Pass just a little bit in behind Claro. Brought back in by the Blues. Turned over at the blue line. Claro has it. Claro made a little move at the blue line. And Moody and Claro get acquainted. They'll be offside against the Red Wings. Red Wings will make a full change. Got Etchegary out there now centering Anderson and Thomas. Blues control the faceoff. A little bobble there by Dower. Gets away with it. Knocked down, kept in by Gillard. Goss in there looking for it. Blues come away. Now the ice will go right on goal, so no icing. Kincaid will hold that with Kelly right there on his doorstep. Not much in it so far. Face-off wasn't done fairly. Thomas couldn't get a stick on it. Played back in by the Blues. Would have been offside. Hodge tags up. Anderson just lifts it high in the middle. Knocked down there by Thomas and just avoided a big hit. That'll come up into the stands just down below us to our left. And face-off will stay, I think, in the Blues end. The two number 61s to face off. Chris Hodge against Drew Langdon. Well, it was going to be Hodge versus Langdon. Hodge gets waved out. Coming in to take it, Andrew Ryan. Bit of a scramble draw, ends up in behind the goal. The Blues have it. Pinkson going back to pick it up. Players get all caught up in each other down the corner. It's going to be a penalty. They seem to get their skates tangled. Liam Smith from the Blues was saying, I didn't do anything. And the referee says, no, you didn't. It's penalty is going to go against Lucas McKay. So the first power play of the game will belong to the home team. The Blues win the faceoff. That's a good start. Lindstrom. And the Kelly. Hodge. Hodge works his way out in front, comes back to the point. Lindstrom's got it. Lindstrom with a shot. That one off of Langdon's stick up and out of play. Face-off will stay in the Red Wings' end. Some question as to who's going to take the face-off for the Red Wings is going to be the defenseman Gillard. Blues win it again. Kelly with his shot. Good save by Kincaid. And the Red Wings win the face-off this time, and that will allow them to clear it down the ice. Jenkins. Swing it this side. A little bit too far for Hodge. That'll allow the Red Wings to send it back in. Jenkins out to play it. In forechecking was Clareau. Kelly coming down the right side, puts on the brakes, plays it behind the goal. Red Wings steal it. That hit a Red Wings player. Will allow Lindstrom to keep it in. Lindstrom with a shot, and again Kincaid with the glove save. And both teams will change with 1:04 to go in the power play. And again, the Red Wings win that face-off, and once again it goes down the ice. Jenkins out to play it. Etchegary watching him. Gets it over to Goss. Goss a little bit of trouble. Red Wings are dangerous shorthanded. Etchegary with the pass. Now they'll ring it all the way back. We saw that in the... And now another turnover as Clareau was... I'm sorry, that's... Etchegary broke that up for the Red Wings. Now the Blues having trouble getting it out of their own end. Cole Goss stops up behind the goal. Etchegary forces him out. Nixon. Shot stopped. Kincaid with a good left pad save. Here's Zach Moody actually with that nice rush up the middle. Had Nixon to his right. Shot right on goal. Rebound is there, and penalty is over. And again, the Red Wings offside. As they try and counter just as they killed off that penalty. And again, players getting acquainted down in the corner. Game 3 for the Red Wings against the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts. They won the first two games, back-to-back shutouts for Kincaid. In Game 3, Cataracts were up 4-1 late in the second, 4-0 late in the second period. Went on the power play and gave up two shorthanded goals to the Red Wings. The Red Wings eventually completed the comeback and won the game in overtime. Lindstrom up ahead, racing onto it is Moody, or Duty rather, it's Duty. You got a Moody and a Duty. Kennedy down the right side, his shot, that one off of Pinkson. Fanning on it was Duty. And played back in by the Blues. All the way out to center. Puck bounces up in the air. Clareau. He turned it over. Blues can't bring it in. Ryan was in over the blue line. Now they bring it in, and it is offside. Hodge against Etchegaray. This is Applin. Thomas down the right side. Thomas played it in front, and the Blues goaltender went down. Crowd reacts. No call. Andrew Ryan. Pushed to the boards by Applin. Big size difference there. Ryan much bigger than the young Red Wing defenseman. Anderson will try and chase it down the corner. Couldn't knock it down out of the air on that long flip pass. Up towards the blue line. Hoyt gets to the boards, and there's a big collision. Puck comes down the ice. Back to get it, Gillard. Up at center, finds Hoyt. Hoyt will tip it ahead. Cleary. Watched by Langdon. Gets it over to Tucker. And that just came in a big collision just inside the blue line. Coffey and Brandon Bussey collided. Well, we've got a second. We're going to give a shout out to Neela and Lachlan Hines watching in Deer Lake. We'll say hello to you guys. Spoke to your dad before the game, and he said, make sure you say hello to Neela and Lachlan. So we've got that in. That missed everybody as it was centered. Gillard's got to hustle back. Up for Langdon. Makes a bump from Lindstrom. It's thrown around the boards. Hoyt couldn't hold it in. Coffey will backhand it back in for the Blues. Cleared out by Kennedy. Here's Nixon. Long shot in, pad save. Bit of an awkward save that time for Kincaid. Gave up a big rebound, but nobody there. Lindstrom following up on it. Gillard tried to step into him. Puck is centered, and away comes Brandon Hines. Brandon Hines down the right side, in over the blue line. Little hesitation. Tried to feed it in for Clareau. It was broken up by Lindstrom. We got a stick in there. Now it'll come out. Clareau finds it in his skates. Pass over to Brandon Hines. Hines fires it in. Jenkins slows it up. Just enough for Goss to get to it. Kelly centers it, shoots it wide. He'll pick up his own rebound, but hopped over his stick, and Hines will bring it out. It's Brandon in with his brother Michael. Shot, save made by Jenkins. It will come the other way. Just onside shot. Kincaid plays that to the corner. Applin, just out of AAA, picked up fairly late in the season by the Red Wings, and he has played very well. You notice he's wearing the full shield, full cage. Puck bouncing around inside the blue line. Now it'll come out. Backhanded in by Kelly. He'll peel off and head to the bench. Robinson around the boards. Picked up by Applin. Dumped in by Thomas. Jenkins out to play it. He was looking for Jack Connors. Come around to Kennedy. Kennedy out over the blue line, and the puck goes up over the glass. Face-off will be just outside the Blues' blue line. Time for another fisherman's friend. Coffey turning back inside his own end. Pushed against the boards, can't get it out. Players pile in there. Anderson tried to jam it loose. Come to Anderson, but kept in. Shot in wide by Kennedy. Connors picked off by Gillard. Gillard plays it out. Thomas at center will just backhand it in, and the Red Wings will change, as will the Blues. Just under 7.5 to go here in the opening period. And that's going to be an icing call. If the first 12.5 minutes just getting word that the Newfoundland Regiment are up 3-0 in their Q playoff against the Cape Breton Screaming Eagles. They lost last night 3-2, but just told by our cameraman Nathan Edwards that the Regiment are up 3-0. Another sold out facility in the St. John's area. Sold out here, sold out at the Mary Brown Center for that. Ooh, offside. Fans didn't like that one. It was close. The Quebec Maritime Junior Hockey League. And we get a little how do you do between Hoyt and Bussey. Neither of those players afraid of the rough stuff. And Hoyt going into the corner hard against Goss. The Blues come up with it, and we'll just get it out to center. And then over center, and then dumped in. Applin. He got it out. Hoyt tried to put a hit on Dower. Off the glass and out. Dower knocks it down and shoots it in. Right on goal. Bouncing puck played into the corner by Kincaid. Robinson has it. Over to Applin. His pass intercepted. Brought in by Moody, and then he's knocked off the puck by Applin. And Moody gets knocked down. That could have been a penalty. No call. Applin winds up, shoots, that's blocked. Comes out to center, and away come the Blues as the Red Wings were changing. Kelly over, scores! And the Blues, the home team, get on the board first. Bad line change for the Red Wings. Tyler Wall beats Kincaid. And there's the turnover, and there's nobody there. You see over on the other side, the defenseman just heading to the bench. It'll come over Wall, and he will beat Kincaid, and it is 1-0 for the home side. That's offside. Kelly was trapped in over the blue line, and again after the whistle. This could be an interesting series. Whoops, linesman went sliding in and knocked down Coffey. Everybody's okay, I believe. It's been a fairly rough game here in the first period. Dower winds up, shoots it in, sits in behind the goal. McKay quickly around the boards, was looking for Thomas. That's broken up. Smith goes down. Again, no call. Smith has got it for Ryan. Out in front. That shot stopped by Kincaid. The Blues looking for a second one. Hoff into the corner for the Red Wings. Blues come up, but they can't get it out. Kept in by McKay. Goss quickly ahead to Smith. And McKay missed him with the check, got the foot out, and he's likely going to go 2 for tripping. And that is indeed the signal from the referee. Wanted to put the hit onto Smith. I'm going to say he missed him, but just stuck the foot out. Got Smith on the skate. So another power play for the Blues. They had one earlier in this period. Leading by 1. They're up now. It's a 5-on-4 power play with 4:47 to go here in the first. And again, the Blues win the faceoff. They've been very good at winning faceoffs here in this first period. Is Lindstrom to Kelly. That one off a stick, bounces into the corner. Picking it up there is Hodge. Hodge gets it to the middle of the ice. Hodge holding it. Hodge with a shot. That was blocked by Hoyt. Again, Hoyt got a stick on it. This time it goes up into the crowd. Down to our right. Minute 40 to go in the power play. Games 1 and 2 will be here at the CBS Arena. We'll be back tomorrow night with Game 2, and then the series switches to the West Coast next weekend. We're an Easter weekend matchup between these teams. Friday, Saturday, Sunday if necessary. And if it goes beyond 5, back here in 2 weeks' time for games 6 and 7 if we get that far. Again, watch out for this Red Wings team killing a penalty. Langdon's been very good in particular. Back to Gillard. Gillard's got it. Long shot in, well off the mark. Clairot will play it back to Robinson. That'll help kill some time. And then Robinson sends it down the ice right on goal. 1 minute left in the power play. There's a turnover outside the blue line. Red Wings bring it in. Clairot was knocked down, got up, takes another bump. And now we're going to get a penalty against the Blues. This one also for tripping. So that'll even things up. We'll play 4-on-4 for 47 seconds, barring any other penalties. Now the Blues will try and get something going. Almost a giveaway. They put it right on the stick of Clairot, and he'll take it in the corner. Applin from the point, right on goal. The rebound is there. Put wide. Again, we're 4-on-4. Robinson is stopped. Comes right back to Lucas Robinson. Side for Hines. Back up to Applin. Okay, Coach Darren Langdon has shown a lot of confidence in young Applin. Hines fell down behind the net. Brought in. Kennedy around the goal. Comes back to the point. Brandon Hines leaves it. McKay, who's out of the penalty box. And the Red Wings are now on the power play. Hoyt. Just under a minute to go in their man advantage. To Clairot. They will look to set up Brandon Hines over at this right face-off circle. Right there. There's the shot. The rebound is there. Stopped twice by Jenkins. Well, right on cue. That's where Brandon Hines likes to set up, and he's got one of the best shots in Newfoundland senior hockey. That time Jenkins with a good save. The rebound was there, but Jenkins stopped that one as well. 44 seconds to go in the power play, 2:18 to go in the period. Red Wings win the faceoff. Clairot, Gillard, back up to Clairot. for the Hines. Pass a little bit in behind him. We'll get it, give it to Gillard. Down into the corner for Hoyt. Back to Gillard. Claro looking for Drover at the side of the goal. Again, a stop by Jenkins. Claro maintaining possession. 14 seconds to go in the power play. Hoyt turning. Leaves it. Hines winds up, shoots. Blocker save made by Jenkins. Just 6 seconds left now. And we get a little face washing down in the corner. I think he's going to send one from each team. Been a lot of that after the whistle in this game. 2 each for roughing. They continue to yap at each other. Claro and Lee Dower. Valentin, Claro, Lee Dower still exchanging how do you do's down in the penalty box. That's cleared down, and that'll do it. We go back to 5-on-5. The Blues penalty has expired. Shot in by Nixon, coming off the boards, getting to it first. That was Smith. Put it wide. Nixon. He'll drop it off. See the speed of the Blues. They're quick. Thibault back. Shot. Went off his stick. Over the top of the net. Anderson punished against the boards. McKay stepping away. McKay with some room. He's in over the blue line. McKay with a shot. Lindstrom stepped into him, and the puck goes harmlessly into Jenkins. Into the final minute here in the opening period. 48.7 seconds left. Puck goes in behind the Blues goal. Lindstrom has it. Quickly ahead. Robinson. Etchegary got a stick on it, chipped it in. Jenkins leaves it back there. Thrown in front of the goal, but the Blues move it up the ice. Here they come. 3 across. Hodge gets to the middle of the ice. His shot. That was blocked. Rebound taken by the Blues. Shot stopped by Kincaid. Following up on that was Andrew Ryan. Got away a good shot. Red Wings a little bit banged up on the back end, and the Blues are taking advantage of that. As I mentioned, no Steven Sims for the Red Wings tonight. Stephen Gillard nursing an injury, unknown, but in that series against the Cataracts, you could tell he was not 100%. So you will see a lot of McKay and Robinson. As Brandon Hines, Hoyt unable to get out over the blue line before it was brought in, so the whistle goes. So we wind down here in period number 1, just under 8 seconds left. And that'll do it. First period comes to an end. A good one for the home side. They lead it 1-0 after 20 minutes of play. Shots on goal in the first period. 13-8 in favor of the Baker Flooring CBS Blues. We will take a break during this first intermission. Be back with period number 2 in just a little bit. You're watching the 2026 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series here on AO.live. See you in a few minutes, everyone. All right, 1-0. The CBS Baker Flooring Blues lead the Deer Lake Red Wings after the opening period. Joined the second period by the Venerable one. I tell you, my voice is killing me and I can't even speak right. Steve Power. Glad to have you, Steve.
Glad to be here, George.
Absolutely.
Some great hockey being played here tonight in the CBS Arena. Hopefully the second period will be as good as the first.
We were talking during the intermission about how physical that first period was. A lot of hits thrown. Came off the boards and a chance there for Hodge, just missed. Just seconds into this second period. Hodge got it again. Holds it, shoots, kicked away by Kincaid. Ooh, that went off the face shield of Hodge. Clearing attempt. Looks to be okay. Cody Drover. Drover stopped at center by Nixon. Fans like that. Hodge centers it. Nixon drops it off. Shot blocked. Blocked by Coffey. He's thrown behind the goal. That shot tipped. Nixon managed to get a stick on that somehow, and it just went wide. Blues coming out with a good shift to start this second period. There's Peyton Hoyt working on the right side. Poked away from him by Goss. They continue their battle in the corner. Blues come up with it. Thibault with some open ice. Thibault puts on the brakes and had the puck taken away. Still inside the blue line. Now it'll come out. And slapped away by the Blues down the ice, and no icing. I think it may have gone off a Red Wing stick. Right at contact. Blues with another chance. Thibault along the near boards. Taken away. Anderson unable to control that. And out it comes. Thibault lost an edge and went down. I don't think he was touched by anybody. I'm looking at Steve next to me. He thinks he was. And a chance for Lidstrom.
Yeah, there might have been a little hook there in the neutral zone, George. We did talk in between periods. Deer Lake played a really heavy game. A lot of finished hits. There wasn't much opportunity where a blue sweater wasn't nailed on the boards. And if that's something Deer Lake can keep up, that will definitely pay dividends here later on tonight and tomorrow for sure. Now, do the Red Wings have the legs to continue to play that game? Who knows? Right now, it's a great start to the second for CBS.
Yeah, they've been all over the Red Wings here in this second period. Bouncing puck cleared out to center. Shot back in by the Blues. McKay gets it around to Gillard, and out it comes. Goss to center, right back in. Kincaid will come out to play that. Leaves it for Lucas McKay. To the near boards, behind the net. Langdon reaching for it. Langdon hit the side of the net as he tried to center it. Goes to the boards. Was held in by Drover. A shot by Langdon. Easy catch there for Jenkins.
Another example of a heavy game being played by the Red Wings. 2 turnovers just then. Just finishing your check. Not a real mystery what's going on. And you look down across the ice and you look who's coaching the Deer Lake Red Wings. Nobody is any one bit surprised. A Darren Langdon coach team finishing the checks, laying the body, playing a good, hard, but clean brand of hockey.
Well, they've been a good team for a number of years now. They've won the West Coast League 4 or 5 years in a row. Been to the Herder. Won it last year. They are the defending champs. Penalty coming up.
Chris Hodge might be the most skilled player on the ice for the CBS Baker Flooring team. And that's not taking anything away. They've got a lot of really good players, but Hodge is a handful, and you just saw it there in that one-on-one situation. The defenseman really had no choice. Almost had to take a penalty there, or Kincaid would have been staring at Hodge down a barrel.
As Brandon Hines gone to the penalty box for the Red Wings.
In the first period, George Deerlake frankly started the game and really took over. It wasn't until CBS got that first period power play where the ice started to tilt.
All right, they're back on the power play now. Red Wings won the face-off and cleared it down the ice.
Number 9, 2 minutes for booking.
So Hines in the penalty box, 2 minutes for hooking. Thibault drops it back to Lindstrom. Back to Thibault. Can't shoot it from there. He's back to the point to Lindstrom. They'll swing it the other side. Thibault, chance. They'll throw it the other side. Oh! Not sure if Kincaid stopped that one or it hit the outside of the net. The Blues moved it around beautifully.
That's a big save, George. That's, as I used to say, calling the game, that's bigger than my belly. That was huge. That was a big, big save there. These guys have been playing together practically all their lives. Kyle Thibault, Lindstrom, Hodge, and you can tell they're just throwing the puck around like they own it out there. Then that's going to be tough. Big thing. Deerlake's got to stay out the box, but Kincaid rose up real big there.
Hodge wins the face-off for the Blues. Ryan back to Hodge behind the goal. McKay got a stick on it, couldn't get it out, but they'll get it down the ice on the second try. Goes in wide of the goal. Lindstrom back to pick it up, gives it to Thibault. To Hodge, over to Ryan. Kelly fed it through the crease, comes to Thibault, back up top. Lindstrom, down in the corner. Hodge, back to Lindstrom. Lindstrom shoots it in wide of the goal, was hoping for a deflection. Thibault is pushed against the boards by Thomas, and Thomas sends it down the ice.
Lindstrom, as well as a good guy on the power play, he's got a heavy shot, good passer, but also the leading candidate for the Tom Selleck Rolly Fingers Mustache of the Year award for sure.
I mentioned the mustache earlier in the webcast. When he played with the Cataracts, I told him never shave it because it makes it so easy to pick out who you are.
And it doesn't look like he has either.
It's
George.
gotten bigger. Brought back in by the Blues. Smith. Pass was in behind Bussey. Penalty winding down, just a couple of seconds left. Hines back out on the ice.
Kincaid's much heralded as a goaltender in this series, George, and quite frankly, I'd say there's a lot of people in the CBS arena that came to just to see what he's all about, and he's the real deal. You can tell it's the first time I've seen him myself. This guy is just so smooth. He's fluid in the net. There's no sense of panic to his game at all. It's got to be a big factor why the Red Wings are so successful.
Brings his own trainer with him, Nathan Beliveau, who you know well.
Really?
Yeah, he's over there on the bench. You know Nathan, as I do, from ball hockey.
Absolutely.
A chance to talk to him a number of times at the Joe Byrne in Grand Falls, Windsor, when the Red Wings were in town. Travels with Keith Kincaid. A shot stopped by Kincaid. Clairot for Hines. Tried to give it back to Clairot. Bounces into Jenkins, and he will scoop that up.
Early in this second period, George, both teams, and there's got to be a feeling out process. I'm sure the first period was for that, and it seems to be carrying over a little bit here in the second. I can't speak to the officiating. Is there a difference in the East and the West? Not quite sure. Might be.
Yeah, tough to tell after two periods.
Definitely going to be a difference in the two venues.
Or
playing here in
minutes.
this big rink here in CBS Arena. Watching the heavy game the Red Wings play, I got to think they can't wait to get back to the Hotter.
Oh, they love playing at the Hotter, no doubt about that. Here's Clairot. He lost it. Smith pushed to the boards by Hines. These board battles, so important. This time the Blues win it. Ryan. He'll dump it in. Gilder tried to hold him up a little bit. And Smith finishes his check against Coffey. The Blues have got some big guys as well. We mentioned Andrew Ryan is a particularly big guy. Gillard gets to the blue line, shoots it in. Red Wings were changing. Gaines held it in and comes to the near side. Off shot knocked down by Goss. Cleary to Thibault. Nixon working against McKay, gets a shot on goal, cleared away by Kincaid. Blues are on it, they center it, missed everybody. And quick transition here for the Red Wings. Peavy to center, or to the blue line rather, and gets it in a little bit deeper. Blues do a good job, they'll move it out. Brandon Bussey off the boards. Duty hustling in there to get to it first, head on a swivel. As Pinkston had him lined up. I'll hold it against the boards. Langdon trying to fish it free. Well, we had time for a cup of coffee there while they were holding it against the boards. That shot high over the net and out of play.
Approaching the halfway point of the second period here, George, and big crowd on hand here tonight. Not to mention that the Newfoundland Regiment with a playoff game tonight. So there's in the St. John's area, there's over 10,000 people watching hockey tonight.
Yeah, we mentioned that both venues sold out. Mary Brown Center and here in CBS.
Sold out here is probably an understatement.
At 3 o'clock this afternoon, they announced there are no tickets, no standing room, no seats, nothing.
And I believe it because I parked. It took me 20 minutes to walk to the rink from my parking spot, and they've got a big parking lot here.
They need it tonight.
Great to see support for these guys playing their hearts out, and so far so good. Looks like we're going to have a heck of a series.
It's knocked out of the air with a high stick and then touched up. Shots on goal now, but getting to be a bit of a margin put up by the Blues. They now are in front 17-9 as they've had certainly the better of the play here in the second period.
It's number 40, Kelly for CBS, George. He's what shall I say, quite active with his stick. The referees are probably going to have a little chat with him. He might have gotten away with a couple already.
He's wearing the full face shield as Applin is for the Red Wings. That's dumped down the ice, and this time it will be icing against the Blues.
A lot of good talent on both sides, and we talked about the Deer Lake coach, Darren Langdon. Not to be outdone, Morgan Warren, CBS. Yep. We've got, like, the level of senior hockey in our province has always been good, and it's not going anywhere but up. And with guys like this behind the benches, like, it just goes to show the talent on the ice, behind the bench, the organizations, the play-by-play, the call you do, provide the services you provide. Senior hockey's in good hands in Newfoundland and Labrador.
Ooh, thrown right through the crease. Comes down. Gillard will backhand it off the boards. Yeah, I remember Morgan Warren entering Newfoundland senior hockey with the Cornerbrook Royals as an import player.
I remember Morgan Warren in my 3-month stint as the head coach of the CB Stars.
Okay. That's caught by Jenkins.
And Morgan Warren
there's
probably wasn't as good as he should have been because I might have lasted more than 3 months as the head coach.
Say, it's got to be a story for somebody only lasting 3 months, Steve.
Mo Warren, great guy, great player. Can't say anything bad about Mo Warren.
Yeah, I had a chat with him before the game. I went down below and had to talk to some guys on both teams prior to the game.
Shots seem a little lopsided here, but the play is pretty much back and forth. Not a plethora of good scoring chances at all. Both teams seem to be content to wait for the power play and really test the goaltenders there.
The first period in particular, not many scoring chances at all. I mean, we were halfway through the period. I think the shots on goal were like 1-0.
Yeah, you're not wrong. And that is your feeling out process. There's no doubt.
All right, Hines. Ooh, took a little whack. Tried to throw it in front. That was knocked down. Smith reaching for it. Couldn't get to it, but it comes out. That's brought back in, and that'll be offside.
Now, some of that, too, besides feeling out, George, and that last play just showed it, CBS seemed to have a very, very good defensive structure. It's almost like a box plus one system. Picture the penalty kill with your guy in the middle. And they're really structured, they're really disciplined to sticking with that. And same thing on the Dare Lake side. There's nobody running around. There's not much chasing going on there. These guys know how to play, and they are well coached.
Lindstrom shoots it in, wide of the goal. Play continues. Smith kept it in. Thrown in through the crease and tipped just wide by Ryan. Ryan's got it again for Smith. He put it over the top of the net. Michael Hines with it. That was knocked down and brought in, but offside.
Brandon Hines made a fantastic defensive play on that pass in front. He got a stick on the CBS player in front. Brandon Hines saved a sure goal there. Kincaid was down and out. Brandon Hines known to be a sniper ever since he was probably 7 years old.
He's got maybe the best shot I've seen in senior hockey.
Absolutely, probably the best shot you've seen in Newfoundland. The only guy for me that I could ever remember, maybe comparable to Brandon, might have been Daniel Ryder in Bonavista. Brandon, one of maybe 2 or 3 guys ever drafted in the top 3 of the Quebec League.
Goss clears it in. Robinson to Applin. Applin will skate out with it. A very sharp angle shot right on goal. It's thrown in front. The Blues clear it. Hoyt. This guy's impressive. Cody Drover. Drover looking for it behind the goal. Hoyt to Drover. Back up to Applin. His shot, that got through, and a good save by Jenkins and a bit of traffic in front.
Probably one of the best shifts of the second period for Deer Lake as far as puck possession in the offensive zone. Drover and Hoyt had some real nice chemistry throwing the puck back and forth, and it ends up with a good scoring chance. Matt Jenkins, talking about Keith Kincaid, Matt Jenkins is a pretty good goaltender himself.
His stats for this season were absolutely incredible. 2.1 goals against average, .918 save percentage. Tough to beat that.
Absolutely, and he's a true gentleman down in the crease too. That's one thing you gotta like about most of these guys. Good hockey players, you always hear he's a good fella. They're all pretty good fellas too.
Yeah, most of these guys are pretty good. I've had a chance to chat with a lot of them over the years. Kennedy swings it across to Lindstrom. Long stretch pass, that's broken up. That was Coffey. Coffey playing defense for the Red Wings in the absence of Steven Sims. Moody dancing in over the blue line. Moody still with it, a shot, looking short side, stopped by Kincaid. Tipped in by Cleary. Back behind the goal, Gillard hustling into the corner to get it for the Red Wings. I remember the series 2 years ago, the Red Wings taking on the St. John's Caps here at the CBS Arena in Game 1, and I think it was the first shift of the game. Stephen Gillard broke his hand and was done for the series. Did not help the Red Wings' chances.
Yeah, I don't care how good your team is. You're using a guy the caliber of Steve Gillard, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that'll be icing against the Red Wings.
Fun fact for you, George, another Red Wings connection playing for the CBS squad, Nolan Cleary. Now, what is the Red Wings connection, you say?
Okay.
It's not Deer Lake. It's the Detroit Red Wings. Nolan's uncle is Danny Cleary.
Yes, I did know that.
Did you know that?
I had forgotten, to be honest, but yes, I remember that from, don't remember where, but I did hear that.
Daniel's brother Neil's got a few kids playing hockey coming up through. Nolan's the oldest, and they're all very good players, good ball hockey players too. And you know a little bit about that.
Maybe I heard about it somewhere in connection with ball hockey. Everything starts to run together after a while. Play down in the Red Wings end, along the boards. Good work at the boards by Hodge. Come up with it, and they feed it in front. Etchegary moves it ahead. Anderson working against Hodge. Anderson puts on the brakes behind the goal. Anderson moves it to Clairot. Up top for Hines. To McKay. McKay with a shot. And easy catch there for Jenkins. No traffic in front that time.
That's a line there, the Red Wings, you know, are going to want to get going offensively. That line is loaded with some firepower there. And the more this series goes on, you're really going to see the cream rise to the top. We're seeing it already for CBS with Thibault and Hodge and Andrew Ryan, who's been a beast out in the ice so far. I really think I'd love to be going to Deer Lake next weekend. I think this is going to be a heck of a series.
Just open up my Sportsnet app. I'll get back to that in a second. Bussey knocked down. It's through the corner. Clairot comes up with it. Brandon Hines centers it, looking for Robinson, this defenseman joining the rush. Had it taken away. Now Robinson's got to try and hustle to get back. He looks gassed. But it's going to be an icing call against the Blues. Now, I just looked at the Sportsnet app, looked at the Blue Jays game. It just said delayed. I don't know if that's...
Delayed in the dome.
I don't know if it's delayed because of pre-game stuff that they're doing, the 50th anniversary and the home opener and winning the American League pennant last year. Not sure. It just said delayed.
I must text my buddy Chris Abbott. He is at the Blue Jays game. We'll find out what is going on there. He'll give us the update. Not that I don't think there's too many people watching our Herder game here concerned about the Jays. Probably just could be me and you, George.
You can have a couple of TVs on. I think it's just all the pregame ceremonies with everything I talked about. Again, it'll be icing against the Blues. A lot of icings here in the second period. I think we only had one maybe in the first.
Yeah, pace has slowed down considerably too, and
Yep.
you wonder, is the Deer Lake game plan, is the heavy game starting to work? Don't know. It's been a while since CBS has played a game.
Yeah, they wrapped up their series quite a while ago.
And yes, they've been on the ice to practice, but we all know it just doesn't, especially coming to the Herder.
You try and practice at speed, but it's never the same as game conditions. That's offside again, and as you say, things have definitely slowed down in the last few minutes. 7:12 to go here in period number 2.
Some of the smaller players in CBS seem to be a little more feisty. Not to take the Don Cherry out of me or anything, but some of them have the full face shields too. They seem to be a little more on the aggressive side. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, kids. But it is early in the series. There's going to be a little animosity built up. They're not all going to be going out for a beer after the game together for sure.
No, I don't think so. Dumped in. Jenkins leaves it for Dower. Trying to pinch him was Gillard. He does keep it in along the boards. Hoyt throws it to the other side. Coffey will get there first for the Red Wings. Put a shot. It's tipped and kept out by Jenkins. Great scoring chance there for the Red Wings. Now we'll come the other way. Things open up a little bit. Whoa, just missing that hit over there was Moody. Put on the brakes and change direction.
This Moody, guys, he's been all over the ice for CBS. He's had a game here tonight. Seems to be more of an energy type player, but he's been on the puck and making things happen for the Blues.
Lucas McKay knocked off his stick. Played to the boards. Etchegary's got it. Will hold it in. Doesn't get it deep, and the Blues clear it out. The pass just missed Hodge. Hoff played it in for the Red Wings. And you can see Thomas had his man lined up. The Blues move it out.
It's the heavy game.
Hodge drops it back. Lindstrom winds up. Big slap shot, missed short side.
That didn't miss by much, George.
Nope, missed by inches. Hoff, he gets knocked down, just stood up by Lindstrom, who didn't go for the fake. A little deke, and he just watched him in the chest and knocked him down. Knocked out of the air by Hines, but following up on it is Nixon. Out comes Clairot. Smooth skating forward. Over for Hines. Hines with a shot. Stopped by Jenkins. And another hit there. Bussey knocked down Robinson. That shot, glove save. Another shot, that one blocked away. Things had slowed down a little while ago. They've picked up now. Clairot drops it back for Hines. Hines with a shot, and that missed by a pretty good margin. Up ahead, Thibault. Thibault with a partial break, cut from behind, and a great play by Michael Hines. And the hitting picks up. Red Wing player down in the corner. It's going to be a penalty against the Blues. You talk about a heavy game. It has gotten heavier.
That's an easy call for the official to make there. Bussey is going to go to the sin bin for at least 2. I think they might actually have a look at this one, George. That was a pretty heavy hit, and he got him pretty high. I believe the call was head contact. If it wasn't head contact, it could have easily been charging or boarding or all 3.
Let's have a look at that last save by Jenkins and that great scoring chance by the Red Wings. Take a peek at it here. It comes back to the point. And they throw it into the crease and looked like almost an empty netter there, but they got that left toe out. Just got a piece of it.
So it's interesting to see what the call will be here, and is this going to be a catalyst for that hatred, the not so nice stuff to start happening? It's inevitable. It will happen. It's part of the game. We always want to see guys play right on that line, but not go over. And I think Brandon might have just stepped over it a little there, and he's getting the gate, so it's going to be a 5-minute major. And George, from my perspective, I think that's the right call. And I am cheering for absolutely no one. We should know. Here for the love of the game. But it's a pretty heavy hit. Sometimes the end justifies the means, and I honestly, with this one here, I think that's a penalty no matter what the consequence
Well, Brandon
is.
Bussey, you mentioned about playing on the edge but not going over. Well,
he's known.
And it's young Applin that he hit. And Applin's going to head to the dressing room. Trainer James Grant going over with him. Interesting, James Grant's trainer for the Deer Lake Red Wings. He's also the trainer for the Central Impact out of Grand Falls, Windsor in the under-18 Major Hockey League.
Busy young man. So big opportunity here for the Red Wings. They're going to be on the power play for the rest of this second period in a 1-goal hockey game. And you can tell the last 5 minutes or so, some of their big guns are starting to click a little. You can tell it's starting to come around. So a huge opportunity here, and the Blues are going to be uphill. They've been pretty good so far on the penalty kill, but this is a big test indeed. Matt Jenkins is going to have to be sharp here.
We had as you say, a lull halfway through this period, but the last few minutes things have really picked up here at the CBS Arena.
And it all stems from the physical play.
Absolutely. We're going to redo that face-off. Yeah, nothing like a big hit to get the players going and get the crowd into it, get the emotion into the game. All right, Red Wings will control it from the face-off. Clairot. He's got Gillard on this side. He'll go back to Clairot. Hines. And watch, they will look to get Brandon Hines right there. That's the spot, and no traffic in front, though. Jenkins saw it all the way, but it's an example of how hard Brandon Hines can shoot it.
Brandon Hines might have a shot like Bobby Hull, but if there's no traffic or anything like that, Matty Jenkins is going to stop that all day long.
Yep.
That being said, sometimes for goal scorers, it's a feel. They need to get those few shots off early. It's a feeling, and they get that feeling. Watch out.
This is one where Robert Golding, my regular broadcast partner, would say, it's no good to get in front of the net. You got to get in front of the goalie.
That's correct.
Get in front of the net and stand off to the side. Goalie can see it.
And that's a great point, George, because that is exactly what happened on that play then.
There's Gillard. Clairot. He'll center it, put it towards the goal, looking for a deflection. It's got knocked down, and Jenkins swept it into the corner. Hoyt battling for it. And nope, just a glove pass.
Unfortunate there, the Red Wings player, he got caught in no man's land. He had his hand over the puck, and what does he do? He lets it go. The Blues fire it down the ice. He makes the hand pass. Maybe it doesn't get called and they get possession.
Take a chance.
Worst case, face off outside.
This time the Blues win the faceoff. They will send it down the length of the ice. Whoa, Kincaid kind of misplayed that and almost misplayed it a second time. They get away with it. Again, it is a 5-minute penalty against Brandon Bussey, so still just over 4 minutes to go in the power play. Hines with a shot stopped by Jenkins. Rebound is there. He stops that as well. Thibault turns and clears it out. One off of Gillard, and Nixon will get it and send it right down to the Red Wing goaltender.
Real smart play by Kyle Thibault there. Not panicking, looking up, got room. He took it.
Claro, the Hines pass off the mark, missed Hoyt. And again, that will allow the Blues to send it all the way down to Kincaid. Red Wings now changing up their power play. The first
Good line
unit goes
change
off.
there by the Red Wings, George. You can see some of Brandon Hines and some of his teammates, the body language was terrible. They missed a couple of shots. They had a couple of chances. You got lots of time on this PP, so get number 2 unit out there.
Langdon to McKay to Robinson. These two play together a lot. McKay shot again, no traffic. Goaltender's lost his stick. He's not going to be able to get that one back. It's down in the corner. Robinson tripped up. No call. Thrown through the crease. Langdon has it. Now with penalties coming up. Another one against the Blues. They score! Oh, no one's saying high stick. You're going to wave it off.
Whistle was gone before, George.
Okay.
So really unfortunate there for Deer Lake.
Okay, high sticking penalty.
I thought a Deer Lake player was pulled down. There was no call on that play. Play goes to the front of the net, and the Deer Lake player, I won't say it was retaliation because it was a different player, but Etchegeary, he cross-checked, he high-sticked the player in front. Penalty was being called on that.
So the penalty was against the Red Wings.
Yes.
Obviously why there's no goal.
So really unfortunate for Deer Lake there. I thought they were going on a 5-on-3.
Yeah, I thought it was going to, and because the Blues hadn't touched it, I thought it was a goal, but it's against the Red Wings. So 4-on-4. Prolonged 4-on-4. 2:38 left to go in the period. And that just kept onside by Goss. Over this side, Dower leaves it along the boards, and good hustle by Goss to get to it. He gets pushed to the boards by Robinson, thrown around. Hoff, one-on-one against Dower. Hoff all alone on the rush, gets the backhand away, stopped by Jenkins. A little more room out there now, 4-on-4. Thrown to an open wing. Robinson got to that. Gives it to Brandon Hines, who's back out there. Good pass for Robinson. Gives it to Claro. Claro with a shot blocker save made by Jenkins. And the puck goes up and out of play.
So far, looking at it, I wouldn't be able to tell you who 4-on-4 is better for, because the big guns at Deer Lake, they like to skate and they've got some skill. And I look at Chris Hodge out there dancing around with Thibault, and gee, I don't know who I'd pick. It's a plethora of riches on both sides.
Kelly. Goes the other side. Over to Kennedy. And that's stopped by Coffey out at the blue line. Blues come up with it in their own end. Lindstrom takes it off his skate. Lindstrom in over the blue line. Lindstrom all alone. Lindstrom with a shot. Kincaid just got a piece of it. Well, the defense just kept backing up. Allowed Lindstrom to come in. Shot by Kelly. Hit the goalpost and came out the other side. Gillard behind the net.
Deer Lake a little disjointed here. Really good forecheck by the Blues.
Kelly comes up with his shot. That's tipped. Stopped in front and put wide by Nixon. Great chances for the Blues. So we're now down into the final minute here in period number 2. Coffey with a shot. Blocked by Nixon. And out it comes. Robinson back in his own end.
Deer Lake getting ready to go back to the power play, George.
Yep, just a couple of seconds, and they'll be back on the power play. Off the boards. And it is a power play, and a hat shot tipped over the top of the net.
Young Cole Goss almost became a Disney character there. He almost became the Headless Horseman with that one. That was a rocket. And looking at Cole Goss on the point, does he remind you of another former senior hockey player?
Sorry, which one? I was
Cole
thinking about
Goss.
your Headless Horseman reference. I think Ichabod Crane. But
Cole Goss looks so much like his father
I was going to
on the ice. It's unreal.
Say Donnie Goss.
Yeah.
Donnie is eligible to play in the playoffs for the Blues. He did get in enough games, so I don't think he's going to play unless sort of an emergency fill-in, but he is eligible. He got enough games in. Tell you, Nick Lindstrom is playing some great hockey. Now we'll come the other way. Hoyt scores! Peyton Hoyt ties it for the Red Wings on the power play.
And that was a snipe. That's a goal scorer's goal, George, and the Deer Lake fans here loving that effort from Hoyt. Big answer with 11 seconds left in the period.
Yeah, here's the replay. Comes right down. The Blues had a chance. It came around the boards. And Hoyt is away. And he's got a heavy shot.
That's a goal scorer's goal.
Been so impressed with him out in the Central West League this year.
He's on his offside. He sticks in the middle of the ice. His angle to shoot is good, and he just knows when to let it go. So that's a huge goal for the Red Wings.
Another chance for the Red Wings with just 5 seconds left.
Honestly, George, since that power play, and that's the danger when you take a penalty like that, it can flip the script in a hockey game. And right now, the Red Wings, the best thing that's going to happen to the Blues is for this period to be over.
And the Red Wings will stay on the power play because it was a 5-minute major against Bussey, so it's still 5-on-4. 20 seconds left to go in the Blues penalty. Being served by Zach Moody, by the way. 3 seconds left, turn, shot, blocked, cleared to the boards, and that'll do it. But a late goal by the Red Wings on their power play, and we are tied at 1 after 2. Things really picked up in the second half of that period.
Business is picking up indeed in CBS, folks. Go get a plate of fries now because this is going to be a dandy third period.
You want to stick around for the third? You're watching the 2026 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series from the CBS Arena exclusively here on AO.live. Back in a few minutes, everyone. All right, we are underway here in the third period. A tie game, 1-1 between the Red Wings and the Blues. Game one of the Herder. Brief power play for the Red Wings to start this third period. That power play has now expired. That's how brief it was. There's the 5 minutes given to Brandon Bussey. Scrambled in front of the goal and cleared away. That pass missed, but it'll go right on goal, so that'll negate the icing. It's broken up in over the blue line, cleared up by the Red Wings. Hustling after it is Hoyt. He's the goal scorer for the Red Wings. Puts on the brakes down the corner, drops it back. Applin, who's back out there after taking that hit from Bussey down in the corner. Good to see him back out there. Whistle goes. Net has come off, I believe.
Pretty dangerous scoring chance there, George.
Yeah.
Hoyt with a real nice burst of speed, laying the brakes hard, and Applin got a lot of wood on that shot with a lot of traffic in front of the net.
A lot of composite on it.
A lot of composite, that's right. We're giving the old McInnes Sherwood 50-30 days here.
Yeah.
But with the way both of these goaltenders play, you're going to have traffic. You're not going to beat them on a point shot clean.
Well, if the first two periods are any indication, you're not going to see a lot of goals in this series. They're hard to come by.
Which, is that the norm, George, for senior hockey?
I would have to say no.
No, I wouldn't have thought so either. I know in the junior league, it's certainly not.
Well, certainly saw a lot of high-scoring games this year. Right in front of comes a score! Langdon! Goals are tough to come by, but they found one there. No chance.
Great pass. Interception on the wall. They throw it across, and Langdon makes no mistake. He puts it up where Mom hides the cookies in the top shelf there. You see the turnover here on the side.
Blues have a chance to get it out and fail to do it.
So the Blues forwards, they're all off to the races there, George. They're assuming the puck is gone, and they assume one good play, and that's in. And in a tight game like this, we'll see how CBS can answer, but that is a very nice goal. No chance for Jenkins.
So the Red Wings taking a 2-1 lead. And young Applin picks up an assist on that goal.
Good to see Applin back into the lineup. That was a nasty hit. Good to see he's no worse for wear.
That's dumped in by Pinkson. Jenkins around the boards. Doesn't get it out. Dower back to get it. He tries to get it to Nixon, and Nixon chips it off the boards. A race for it. Getting back first was Thomas. And it's going to be delayed.
It's going to be a CBS penalty. Nixon's going to get that one.
No.
Or no? Wow.
They were indicating it was a linesman arm went up, indicating delayed offside, but looked like it was a pretty good tackle right down below.
Nixon's been pretty feisty the whole game. He might have got away with one there. That's hockey, baby.
Gillard, that hit the linesman, and offside.
And the linesman with the stare down to Stephen Gillard on that.
What are you doing shooting the puck at me? And he's actually having a word with him.
I don't think Steve Gillard meant to hit the linesman there. He's trying to rim it around the board. So, linesman, I know you're a little hot. You just got hit, but
I don't know if I've ever seen that. The linesman go to the player.
I've seen it quite a bit.
Yeah, and give him a hard time for hitting him. Hey, as they say, assumption of risk. Pass up at the blue line, broken up. Kincaid's got it. He loves to play the puck. Quickly up the ice, but Red Wings, Hines threw it in front. That was tipped wide. That was passed from Brandon Hines to Michael Hines.
Deer Lake bench just giving it to the officials on that one. They thought there should have been a penalty there.
That hit the glass. Connors tips it in. Applin, watched by Kelly. Applin reverses it. Kennedy gets there first for the Blues, plays it back behind the goal. Tyler Wall pinned against the boards. And the Red Wings come out with it. Hoyt lifts it high in the air and very high in the air. Hits the ceiling here at the CBS, and it's not a low ceiling here.
The Red Wings have sort of taken the fans out of this. Up to that Bussy penalty, it was pretty... I won't say it was all CBS, but the momentum was certainly on the Blues side. The whole town crowd was into it a little more. Since then, it's been pretty much all Red Wings.
You commented just before you came on the air with me to start the second period. You thought the Red Wings, would, as you like to call it, a heavy game, might start to wear down the Blues a little bit, and they might show in the third period. Let's see. So far, offside, almost a 2-on-1 down low. But
and I wish I could tell you the 649 numbers like I prophesized that, but it really is starting to seem that way, and it could be a byproduct of the Blues not playing in a while. Perhaps Coach Langen recognizing that, because I think you made the comment there was more hits in the first period than you've seen in the senior game for the most of the year. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely part of strategy, and good on the Red Wings for doing it. But you know something, the Blues will adjust.
Smith hit against the boards by Pinkson. Pinkson's a big guy. Drover, he'll clear it out. Hoyt trying to race onto it, and Hoyt, look at the speed he's got. Hoyt gets there. Hoyt with a shot down, Jenkins has it and holds on.
This guy Hoyt can flat out fly.
Been so impressed with him all year long out in the West Coast League. Very, very strong on his skates. Tough guy to knock off balance, and he's got a great shot. Knows the game, and he plays with an edge as well. Face-off win for the Red Wings. Coffey turns, puts it towards the goal. They score! Any shot on goal is a good one.
Any shots on goal is a good one. That's a high deflection in the slot. Not sure we got a stick on it, but he did get a deflection on it. And those high deflections with traffic, the goaltender has zero opportunity to make the save there. That's just a good stick. Nice shot all around. Good play for the Red Wings.
We'll get it here right from the face-off. Comes back to Coffey.
Starts off a clean face-off win. You see the defenseman head up, putting it through. And yeah, that high tip, that's tough to beat. So CBS have really got to dig down deep now. Down by a couple. Still lots of time. This one is far from decided, but the Blues got to get something going here.
Well, they try and respond to get it down deep in the Red Wings territory. Thibault back at the point. Swing it this side. Dower the shot. That was blocked by Thomas up high and ended up down in the corner. Gillard. And that goes again up high and now down into the near corner. Back of the point. Dower holds it in. He's hit by Thomas. Gillard plays it around the boards. That's stopped by Nixon and then played out. Dower taking it down the right side, fed it into the middle. That shot blocked by Kincaid as the Blues look to respond. Another hit along the boards. Etchegaray will shoot it in. Jenkins out to play it. Round for Wall. Wall, nice chip off the boards to himself. And poke checked by Robinson as he got to the blue line. Gets it in deep. Moody trying to backhand it out in front. Moody overskated it. Clairot has it. He lost it back to the point. It was kept in by Kennedy. Now it'll come out. There's Brandon Hines 2-on-1 with Clairot. Hines rather with the hard shot that missed the net.
He's going to shoot that 11 times out of 10.
There's Wall. Wall leaves it. Lindstrom with a shot. Kincaid got a piece of that. I need another fisherman's friend. Lindstrom. There was a stick on the ice. And Clairot Hines. There was room over that glove, and he just missed the empty part of the net. But tough break for Lindstrom as he tried to hold the puck in, and there was a stick on the ice, and the puck hit the stick and couldn't hold it in, and the Red Wings were away. Knocked down by Smith, kept in. Back to Smith. Red Wings close on him. Smith still has it. Back at the point. Long shot. Kincaid is run over. Shot hits the side of the net as Ryan, rather. Andrew Ryan. Ended up on top of Kincaid.
Yeah, that's normally an easy call all the time. I don't know if you can get a look at that and see if he was in the blue paint or not. But I tell you, George, I'm going to go back.
Don't have the replay of that one.
Going to go back to an old Saturday Night Live skit with the great Christopher Walken and Will Ferrell, the cowbell skit.
Absolutely needs more cowbell.
I'm telling you now, the CBS Blues, they need more Lindstrom. Nicholas Lindstrom has probably been, I'll take the word probably out of that sentence, he's been the most noticeable player on the ice for the Blues, offensively and defensively. That was a hiccup there with the stick broken on the ice, but he is going to be a guy, if they're going to come back, they're going to really need him, and I think Coach Warren's going to have to look down at that end of the bench a little bit more, but right now they've got to kill off this power play by the Red Wings.
That shot scores!
And it didn't happen.
Nope.
Deer Lake with some good puck movement there. And Deer Lake have really got their foot on the gas now, George. This is something else. Might wonder if you might see a timeout coming or something here. Something's got to break this momentum.
First shot was blocked. Comes back. Robinson faked the shot. Over to Gillard. Gillard buries it.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And here's the timeout we just foreshadowed. Coach Warren's got no choice. He's got to get the boys refocused here. 4-1 deep hole, but there is still a lot of time in this hockey game. A lot of time.
So timeout. The Blues have given up 3 goals here in this third period. Trail it 4-1.
And at some point, George, the decision's going to be made down on that bench too. We talk about the heavy game Deer Lake has paid, and I have no doubt that is part of what's happening here now. It's paying off. They are going to play again in less than 24 hours. So at some point, either Coach Langdon maybe rolls these 4 lines a little more, possibly. Is Coach Warren going to have to feel like he's got to cut that bench down and not give up? Not give up's not the right word for this game, but not settle for the result of this game. He's got 13 minutes left. I think we've got to see a little push here in the next 4 or 5 minutes, or this one really might be over.
We're talking about goals tough to come by, and the Red Wings put up 3 since we said that. They've found a way to get to Jenkins. Backhand. Right in front. Kincaid's got it and hangs on.
Love that answer by CBS. Kyle Thibault's line coming out and getting a good scoring chance right out of timeout. That was absolutely imperative for CBS.
And the Red Wings have taken the advantage in the shots on goal now as well. Earlier in the game, it was a fairly big margin for CBS, but now it's 23-21 in favor of the Red Wings. They've owned this third period. Anderson along the boards trying to hold it. Nixon out at the blue line. Anderson gets it, sends it in. Jenkins leaves it for Lindstrom. It's chipped in. Kincaid leaves it for Gillard. Michael Hines to Brandon Hines. In it goes. Blues just get rid of it. Pinkson has it, softly sends it in, and he takes a little bump from Moody.
Deer Lake's forecheck has changed considerably now. Earlier in the game, they were really heavy on the forecheck. 2 men, even short-handed, going hard. They're right now, they're content to fire that puck in and send 1 guy in.
They're a team that likes to go on the offense when short-handed. Asked the Grand Falls Winter Cataracts about that last weekend.
Right now, though, Deer Lake's picking up the pace and the line changes even. They've changed the line 3 times now in the last minute and 10. Just content to dump the puck, and I don't know if the countdown is on for him yet, but
Whoa, right through the crease. A little bit early for that, I would think.
absolutely.
Cleary down there behind the Red Wings net. Kelly tried to feed it out in front, but that's taken away by Hoyt, and Hoyt's away.
They've got numbers.
Hoyt holding it, drops it back for Applin. Applin with a shot, scores!
That's what happens when you've got numbers, and Hoyt's done it twice now in this third period. He just drags that defenseman out wide, leaves it for a trailing player, and it was Applin this time, and that was a seeing eye shot. Matt Jenkins did not see that puck whatsoever, and a great strike once again by the Red Wings. Not sure if the fat lady's singing yet, as here we see that replay. Nice shot there, and just seeing
And the
he didn't
defenseman
see
in
that.
front
He didn't
provided
see
the
that.
screen.
The
That-
fat lady mightn't be singing, George, but she's on the stage warming up.
That just might be the straw right there. All of a sudden, we went from nobody can score, 1 goal each after 2, and the Red
4
Wings
goals
just
in 9 minutes.
opened it up, drove her in looking for something.
This is your last call for alcohol.
Lindstrom just caught that one up high.
Duty takes a big hit from Gillard as he gets it in behind the goal. Another big collision behind the net. Hoyt stepped into his man. Long shot stopped by Kincaid. I said Hoyt doesn't mind the rough stuff.
That's just a good hard body check. That's hockey, baby. That's really that's just the way the game's supposed to be played.
They come the other way. Nixon stood up by Coffey. Kincaid will hold on to it. And they continue down the corner, Nixon and Coffey.
I actually like Nixon here. I think it's something he's trying to get his team going a little. They're trying to have a little life here.
Absolutely. You got to make something happen. You're down by 4 after
Absolutely.
leading it by 1. Gave up a goal late in that second period to tie it. And the Red Wings have just run away with it here in the third.
For me, George, I think the player of the night so far for me has been Hoyt of Deer Lake. I think he's been a star at both ends of the ice. Physical play, offensive play, speed. He's been very, very noticeable for Deer Lake.
That is Peyton Hoyt. They're going to bring the face-off outside the blue line as the Blues defenseman went in. Get involved in that scrum. Controlled by the Red Wings. McKay will just shoot it in. Jenkins lost his stick for a second. Came out to play the puck and dropped his stick. We've got a new goalie in. It's not Jenkins. They've taken him out. Again, Eagle Eye cameraman. Nathan Edwards picked up on that. That is Andrew Rose in goal now for the Blues.
Andrew Rose, a hometown boy, product of the CBR minor system.
A tough one for Jenkins. He gets the award as the top goalie in senior hockey and then ends up getting pulled. Rose with a save.
I don't think Coach Warren's putting this on Matt Jenkins.
No.
I really don't. I think, actually, I got to be honest with you, George. If I'm down behind the bench now, I'm making that pull too. That's your prototypical mercy hook.
Yeah, your team is just not performing in front of you, so...
And it's going to be a long series, and Jenkins is his guy, and he's going to have to go back to him, let him refresh, let him be fresher for tomorrow evening.
That shot stopped by Rose. Robinson let it go from the point. Kelly getting around the outside. Kelly and Robinson did a great job to recover. Looked like he was beaten. Blues stay on it. Back at the point. Cleary, long shot, changed direction, went wide, goes to the boards. Kept in by Tucker. More physical play in behind the goal. That shot knocked down in front by Robinson. Tied up by Hodge. Blues come up with it. Kelly in the corner.
The physical play, George, though, is being mostly still initiated by the guys in the white sweaters. Deer Lake not letting up on that. It's clear to me they've had a game plan coming in.
Well, listen, if you've watched the Deer Lake Red Wings over the last 20 years, however long they've been in senior hockey. That's their style of play. They are tough to play against. Here comes Hoyt again. Hoyt into the middle. Drover with a shot, scores. Cody Drover. And the route is on. Did not see this some 15 minutes ago.
No, absolutely. The first two periods were as tight as could be, and that's going to start sending some of the fans to the exit here tonight at CBS Arena.
There is movement. Let's have a look at this one.
So you see they break out from their own end from some good physical play. They don't have numbers. It's a good back check there for CBS. Just the puck comes across, and honestly, that's one Young Rose might want to have back. He's coming across, he opens up, and he's being put in a tough spot coming into this one as well.
Drover gets him. There are two Blues players behind him as he got the pass. They just a little late getting back. So we go to 6-1.
So now we're going to watch George's last 8 minutes. What is CBS's answer? And I remember doing a coaching clinic a long time ago. If you don't mind me jumping in here, I'll give your vocal cords a rest.
I could use it.
If something happens, I'm sure you'll take over. But a game like this, you're down by 5, 8 minutes left. I remember ex-Jack Adams Award winner, Winnipeg Jets, Toronto Maple Leafs coach Tom Watt. He always said one of the most important things he always stressed to his teams was to score the last goal. So even in a game like this, make sure you get that last goal if you're the Blues. Get that feeling back for tomorrow night. And if you're the Red Wings, you want to keep the foot on the gas. You're okay if the buzzer blows right now.
Well, obviously there's a penalty coming up. I think it's going to go to Etchegaray, and no, you don't want to get in the fight, guys.
He's not going to get into a fight.
Have a look at the clock.
I can guarantee you that.
They're going to bear hug each other, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure they're
and the clock is still running, by the way. Have we gone to running time because it's 6-1?
I'm sure they're just having a few words down there. He's probably asking how good the Wings are winging it in across the parking lot. Kurt hasn't been around in a while.
The clock continues to run.
There you go. It's great for the Red Wings.
You said they'd be happy if the buzzer went now.
They just got about 40 seconds at least.
Oh, yeah, it shows 6:43. It should be like 7.5 minutes.
Coach Warren is aware of it. And I think he's got the referee's attention.
Hey, you don't want to get a fighting penalty in the final 10 minutes of the game, or you get tomorrow night off. But I suspect they'll both get roughing and probably 10-minute misconducts.
Yeah,
get them out of here.
The old you can have a beverage before anybody else penalty.
Yeah.
I'll be very surprised if there's any offsetting anybody on a power play after that one.
Well, there was a penalty being called before the altercation. I think it was going against Etchegaray.
Yeah. And you might see a little bit of that the rest of the way too, George. I used to call that when I was coaching the referee's game management.
Yeah. Brandon Hines is going to come over and serve, I think, the penalty.
Putting CBS on a power play here really is not going to put an outcome on the game. But I tell you what, if you're Coach Warren and CBS, you really want to score here. You want to get a couple. You want to get that feeling back for tomorrow night. Because as we both said, the first two, this was a tight hockey game.
This has been an unbelievable third period. But again, your powers of prognostication, Stephen. You said during the first intermission, you said the Red Wings are coming out, they're hitting. If they keep that up, they have a chance of wearing down the Blues in the third period, and spot on. Michael Hines drops it back. Michael Hines in over the blue line. That was a pass from Clairot, and it slides in to Rose. Rose has it and holds on.
Not a bad color guy, George. I just couldn't ball out change very good, I guess.
That's why you lasted 3 months as a coach?
Hey, coach of the year before, though. Come on.
Oh, you got the old coach of the year jinx, eh?
Yes. Yeah, so it was. I didn't even get a plaque.
Never got a dinner. Oh, my. Yeah, it's 6-1, folks.
50-50 has been declared.
We're going to be back tomorrow. Bring this into game 2. See if the Blues can tie this one up. Hodge back at the point. Hodge has been pretty quiet this game.
Ever since it got out of hand, we've. I'm really surprised. I think they got to work this. Hodge is their guy. There's no doubt. Him and Thibault up front, they're the guys.
Here's Hodge with a chance. Just missed.
But I'm surprised they're not coming back to Lindstrom here and working through him.
Well, Lindstrom's out on the ice, and he's got the puck now.
There we go.
Over the other side, Thibault tried to get it to Hodge, broken up, and look out, here comes Hoyt one-on-one with Lindstrom. Lindstrom stayed with him, turned Hoyt to the outside, and the Blues bring it back out. On the power play, 40 seconds left, and that's broken up at the blue line. Blues have to reset. Drop it back. Kennedy will bring it in. He's pushed to the boards by Robinson, and out it goes. Again, they'll drop it back. Kennedy brings it in over the blue line. That's Moody, rather. Moody to Kennedy. Stopped by Kincaid. Just held the post.
Absolutely no room there. He wouldn't have put a split P between him there.
Penalty is over. We are back to 5-on-5. Battled in behind the goal. McKay goes down against Nixon. Comes free. Blues have it. Back to Kennedy. Nixon couldn't catch up to that. Over on the other side. Kept in by Tucker. Threw it into the slot. Connors, he lost it, and off the glass and out by Brandon Hines. Coffey steps into Connors. Gillard just avoided a big hit down behind the Red Wings goal. Tucker brings it in. Connors with a shot, stopped by Kincaid. Duty to Cleary. Cleary with a shot, kicked away by Kincaid. The referee spotted something here.
Yeah, Connors is going to get a slash. He had a good hack there after the whistle, and not too surprised, you will see some of this stuff in a game like this. There's really no need of it. It's nothing. It's not sending a message to the other team. In fact, it's probably encouraged them to do the same thing. Two words I'm going to use, George, to describe what I've seen here tonight. Pro-efficiency. And what I mean is the Dare Lake team is playing a pro game. They're being efficient. They're playing a heavy game. They're not going out of their way to make a body check. They're making the check when it's there. They're not running at guys. It's been consistent all night long. Kincaid in the net, he doesn't move really a whole lot. You can't say he's lightning quick. He's just in the right spot most of the time. That's efficiency. Pro-efficiency, the best way I would describe Dare Lake's effort here tonight, especially in this third period. It's been a clinic.
Yeah, they got down early and just kept plugging away, and finally got things to open up. Applin slipped.
Nice
Great
play.
move, cutting in, and Kincaid diving out to break it up. Hodge just turned Robinson inside out. A little delay.
Yeah, Hodge looked like the guy we've been talking about tonight there. That was a great play there, just couldn't finish it off. Kincaid with an equally good poke check.
McKay drops it back to Hoyt. Work the slingshot. Hoyt brings it in offside. And the crowd has definitely thinned out.
So Deer Lake now, you just want to get this game over with. Yeah, sure, you always want to score more, but they're happy just to run this clock down, get out of here, take the W in game one, get rested well for tomorrow night. But I really still think if you're the Blues, you're probably thinking the same sort of thing.
Probably.
But
Just at this point, too, we're playing again tomorrow. It's a 5-goal lead. Just not get hurt.
But I still really think I want to finish on a good note.
Make sure you're still available for tomorrow.
Well, that's the big thing. You don't want nothing stupid to go on here. It's all, sure, finishing your body check, things like that, but don't do anything dumb.
Minute 8 left to go in this power play for the Red Wings. Not a lot of urgency in this man advantage.
No. And you can tell the personnel coming on the ice, too. We'll show that as well, and that's a smart move. Game well in hand.
Robinson. Pinkston back to Robinson. Knocked the stick out of the hands of Thibault.
I think this guy Robinson has been absolutely phenomenal tonight for Deer Lake.
That's Mark's son.
Very, very steady. He's been, just my first time seeing him play.
He's very good.
Real good. Just solid.
Been watching him for a while because he played with the Western Kings in the U18 League, which I cover as well in Central for the Central Impact. Yeah. So I watched him there and watched him now with the Red Wings.
Just plays within his means. He doesn't try to do too much, and what he does real well.
And he's a big guy. He can be very physical. But a smart player. Good genes, right?
Yeah, I would say. Western hockey royalty.
I remember when I was on Hometown Hockey a few years ago, just mentioning that. But Stephen Brunt was on, and when we went off the air, but the first person he asked about was Mark Robinson. Stephen spends his summers in Rocky Harbour, got a cabin there, summer home. So he's very familiar with Newfoundland senior hockey.
With doing Mark Robinson up in that coast and Darren Colburn and Cornerbrook is just legendary guys.
That came right into the crease, went by everybody. That's going to do it for the power play. That is now over.
I can tell you one guy is still going to shoot. That's Brandon Hines.
If he gets a chance.
Absolutely.
He's digging for it. Blues come away. Kennedy dumps it in. Kincaid.
His brother Michael will be the more defensive-minded, stay in the top of the slot, maybe by the blue line. Michael Hines, a true gentleman. I said before, they're all pretty good fellows, but some guys are just gentlemen.
Michael Hines is a good guy, no question. Minute 40 to go in this one. A most unexpected third period outburst by the Red Wings. Pinkston feeling a little frisky. We'll shoot it in.
Yeah, some of these Deer Lake defensemen, they're built like walls.
Pinkston's a really big guy.
Big boys.
Cleary gets it to the front of the goal, and again, Kincaid is there.
If I really was going to look at a difference here tonight, clearly it wasn't Matt Jenkins' best night, but not his fault. I mean, Deer Lake's goals were just that good. Up front, both teams have some offensive players. The Deer Lake one's clearly showing a little more tonight. But on defense, right now, that's what stands out to me. Deer Lake does look significantly better
they
overall.
Score. Goss with his shot.
There's that good feeling.
He said, got to get the last one.
Tom Watt is smiling down somewhere in Newfoundland senior hockey.
There it is.
And people who aren't here, you see this nice face-off win. Right away, Cole Goss with the old...
And just a seeing eye shot.
Absolutely. But you know something? It's something to build on. It's something to talk about
something positive. Duty was in front. I don't think he got a stick on it. Might have been deflected. We'll get the official announcement. McKay to center and just softly slides it in. We're into the final minute of this game. No, it was not tipped in front. Cole Goss gets the goal for the Blues. Connors down the right side working against Coffey. They go softly into the boards this time. Connors. McKay tried to step into him. Connors avoided the hit, but McKay's got the puck. To Robinson, just content to dump it in. So we'll do it again tomorrow, Steve.
Yes, I'm going to do my best to be here, George. This has been a little fun. Great to see you again. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, my pleasure. Always good to see you. Yeah, I just turned around here and suddenly you were standing there and I said, hey, grab a headset. Let's do this. And there it is, your final 6-2 for the Deer Lake Red Wings. They draw first blood in this Herder Trophy Championship Series. They win it going away in the third period. All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back again tomorrow evening with Game 2 between the Red Wings and the CBS Baker Flooring Blues. My name is George Scott. On behalf of Steve Power, Nathan Edwards, thanks for joining us. We will see you again tomorrow night.